What is up guys, it's your boy Sharky and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the new game that the developer of Stardew Valley is working on, Haunted Chocolatier. A game that I myself and I know a ton of you guys are very excited about. Obviously this game is very early in development and we don't really know much about it just yet, but every now and then the developer Eric Barone does give us some sneak peeks. He shares with us some screenshots, a little bit of information about the game, and also answers a lot of questions over on Twitter. And yeah, I've not made a video on Haunted Chocolatier about the news in a couple of months, so I've seen a few screenshots that have been revealed. I want to talk about a little bit of how the progress of the game is coming along, and also I want to talk about my expectations on the game, what I think this is going to be like, and share my thoughts on what I'm going to expect with this game and what I would love to see with Haunted Chocolatier as well. So first of all, some of the new things that we have seen since my previous video anyway is a few screenshots. The first one here, this one was shared with us in the beginning of August the 2nd, and it's basically a screenshot of a character, of your character who you play, standing in what seems to be the mansion of where you live and work, the haunted mansion. And yeah, you get to see some of the lighting, the shadows, the shading, bit of the visuals. It is very clean, very exciting. Now one awesome thing here as well is somebody pointed out in the comments that on this screenshot some of the perspective kind of looked a bit weird around the passageway where the character is stood. Concerned Ape actually went in and edited this and then shared with us the new version of the screenshot, which I'm going to put up right now. And you can see the passageway looks a little bit different now. I guess that was bothering him and a few people. To me, I didn't really see much of a difference, but here we go. This is the new updated version of this screenshot, and yeah, I just want to say I love the lighting in this game. Obviously the setting of this game is quite dark and mysterious. You're in a haunted mansion. There is ghosts and things like that, so I love the ambience and the feel of the game, how dark it is. It definitely looks like a haunted mansion with some of the lighting and things like that. One thing I do want to mention, and I don't know if this is just because it's very early in development, but I do notice that the character looks very different to the setting in the background. The colours of the outfit that he's wearing is very, there's not much shading or detail on the character, but that could just be because it's very early. I'm not sure if that's something that is aiming to do, make the characters pop a little bit more and the background is kind of detailed, or is this just because it's a prototype? I'm not sure if you guys see it too, but the character looks a little bit off compared to the setting in the back. It'd be interesting to see how the character design unfolds and the finished product. There's these little, it seems like drop points where your character can drop down and land on this little patch of square here to get down to the next level. It's kind of like, maybe it's a shortcut. Obviously you can't jump up there, but it's definitely some kind of way of getting down. And there's also these like switches as well at the top. It seems like if you open them, it's going to unlock some doors, or I have no idea, but it's very mysterious. This mansion's probably going to hold a lot of secrets and puzzles inside. That's what I feel with this. There's a lot of puzzles. And obviously we've got the sign on top of this passageway here as well, which seems to be maybe the outside. It goes into the forest. We've got like the moon there with the stars and some trees. I'm not sure if these take you to certain areas, or is this just a point of getting out of the mansion. It'll be interesting to know where that passageway takes you. Let's move on to the second screenshot that we got. And this got released about 20 days later, towards the end of August. And it is this awesome little picture here. It seems to be your character fighting some kind of giant bee, which to me looks like a boss, like a dungeon or some kind of boss battle area. And there's this giant bee, which by the way is adorable, so cute, I love it. And it seems to be like you are fighting this bee. So that obviously proves to us that this game is heavily fought around combat, and the developer has said that himself. He's focusing a lot more on the combat on this game, which he didn't really do in Stardew Valley. I get quite a lot of Terraria vibes with this game, a little bit of the Forager as well. But obviously this game is all about gathering ingredients and resources so you can bake and make like chocolate and products in your shop, which obviously you sell. That's the whole point of this game. So to me, maybe these boss battles are where you get rare items. For example, here you're going to kill this bee and maybe get some honey, which is going to be used as an ingredient for making your chocolate. So maybe there's different boss battles around that give you special rare ingredients. That is kind of my feeling and theory on this. Why else would there be boss battles in a shopkeeper style game other than getting some rare resources and ingredients? That is my feeling. Let me know down below, what do you think? I have no idea. It doesn't look very fierce, it's quite a cute bee, but it's adorable. And to go with this as well, it did put a link to the YouTube video of the new song. Okay, let's listen. Oh my god. Now this just makes you want to dance. Oh. Yes. I love it. I must admit, Concerned Ape is very, very good at mixing and producing music. He's such a good composer. The Stardew Valley soundtrack is one of the best. I absolutely love it. So I'm so excited to actually listen to the soundtrack in this game as well. He is making this game entirely solo again. He has stated that, he's answered that question, and he's made all the music and the soundtrack himself. It's absolutely a masterpiece. A very good boss battle music. So a few questions here that people have been asking that, you know, we can talk about. Somebody asked if it's going to come to mobile, and straight away he kind of said no. His reply was, I don't know, probably not, to be honest. Now, I understand why he's probably not too keen on doing a mobile release, because he had quite a lot of trouble with Stardew Valley, obviously. There was big delays, it took him a long time to get the updates out for mobile, and it's a lot of hassle, a lot of stress, and if he wants to work solo and, you know, not rely on other people, it's going to be quite stressful for him to do that. So I don't think this game, Haunted Chocolatier, will ever come to mobile, in my opinion. I just don't think it's going to happen. I can tell he's not really feeling it. Obviously, it's probably going to come to all the consoles, definitely Switch as well, but I just don't think it's going to be a mobile game, in my opinion. Another question here, something I wanted to know as well, and somebody asked, are we going to be able to plant crops in the game, or is it more about the shop? Everybody thought this is going to be like a Stardew Valley 2, but Concerned Ape said there might be some plant cultivation, but it's not a farming game. So we've cleared that up. Don't expect it to be like Stardew Valley. It's a complete different genre. Now, some of the cultivation in the game, I believe, is going to be for some of the ingredients obviously used to make chocolate. So there's going to be a few, you know, some of the berries and things like that you can forage and maybe plant, but it's not going to be heavily based around farming. More so foraging, in my opinion, going out and finding the ingredients yourself. The genre of this game is not really being, you know, brought to light. We don't really know what kind of game it is. We know that you own a shop and you're a shopkeeper. We know that you're in a haunted mansion. We know there's a lot of combat. So, you know, it's going to be interesting, because obviously the game does look very similar to Stardew Valley, and that's probably where people are confused, because it's almost like a clone of Stardew Valley. The visuals are very similar, the portrait designs, you know, the style of the game. You'd almost think it is another farm style game, but obviously he wants to do something different. Why would you want to make another farm game when you've already got Stardew Valley? So it's going to be quite exciting to play a different genre of game, even though it's very, very nostalgic and similar to the great game of Stardew Valley. Something else here that somebody else asked, and I'm quite curious as well. They said, I'm interested to see how the idea of the ghosts and the paranormal play out with the townsfolk. Will they be used to seeing the ghost and spooks, or are they kept separate? And Concerned Ape replied, mostly separate. It's your own secret world. So basically, all of the ghosts that are in the game that seem to help you in your shop, it only seems to be you that can see them, which is quite interesting. So maybe your character can maybe see, you know, the past life, or maybe they're kind of like spirits that are based around you, or only can be seen in the haunted mansion. But the townsfolk will have no idea what's going on, it seems. They're just living their life, they're there, and you're the only one who's experiencing these ghosts, but you know, they don't seem nasty. They seem quite friendly, quite charming actually, quite like that. So that is how Haunted Chocolatier is coming on so far. A little bit more progress on the update there. Obviously we've got a well way off before we get anything a little bit more relevant to what the game is actually going to be like. I don't think this game is going to be released up until at least 2024. I think all of next year, 2023, is going to be a full year of Concerned Ape developing the game, working on it, and then maybe then we'll get some more insights to when we should expect to see the game and hopefully a lot more sneak peeks and little snippets of how it's looking. Can't wait to see maybe a new trailer for this game. Can't wait to see how the development comes on throughout next year. I just can't wait to play it. So my expectations narrowed down. I think this is going to be a mix between like a shopkeeper simulator, you know, where you run a store and that is how you make your money and that is your daily job. If you've ever played a game called Moonlighter, that is kind of where I feel like this game is going to be. Like, you own a store, you make money, you sell things that you go out and forage and find and produce, but then behind all of that, your nighttime job is going out and fighting monsters and, you know, defeating these bosses, exploring dungeons and caverns, maybe mines, and you kind of like, that's how you come across to the townspeople as this shopkeeper, this friendly, quite relaxed person, but then, like, say, behind the scenes you are the monster slayer. I feel like the game is going to be like that, in my opinion. Lots of foraging, lots of crafting. I wouldn't say it's a farm game. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to get married in the game and have kids and stuff. We can obviously see portrait designs and you can speak to people and maybe give gifts. I'm not sure about marriage and if that's going to be a thing that is going to bring back into Haunted Chocolatier like it did with Stardew. Concerned Ape is a big fan of those kind of games, you know, Terraria and the old classic retro games, so I think he's putting a lot of his childhood nostalgia into this one, complete different from Stardew Valley. So that is what I'm going to expect. What about multiplayer? Will we expect multiplayer? How is Haunted Chocolatier going to, because it's not a farm game, so if you're running a shop and defeating monsters, will it be multiplayer? I'm not sure. I feel like it might purely be a solo single player game with the style of it, but that can all change. So yeah, that is it, guys. Haunted Chocolatier, I am so excited. Leave your thoughts down below. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? What are you expecting? Are you looking forward to it, or is it something that is not for you and you're gonna maybe pass on it? But that was it. I like to keep you all updated with how, you know, the new game is coming along, Haunted Chocolatier. I did this with Stardew Valley with all the updates, tried to keep you in the loop of things, and you know, it's always good to talk and get excited about this because it's going to be a huge thing, and yeah, I want to keep diving into this and sharing my thoughts and opinions on this with you guys as well. But if you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up. Hopefully in a few months time I will have another video and I can update you even more and we can talk about some of the new things that we see. Hopefully we do get some new stuff. I'm hoping around Christmas time this year we might have some good little sneak peeks, you know, Christmas time, chocolate, I don't know, maybe, we'll see. I'd love to get some kind of big reveal for this game. But until then, guys, I will be there and share that with you. But for now, we have to wait and stay excited. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you all take it easy, stay safe, and most of all, guys, stay cozy.